I've fallen through the floor, and now I'm lost. Day 1. So, I'm in a bit of a situation. I've been on the verge of panicking for the last hour or so, but I've calmed down. I'm not sure where I am, and wherever this place is, didn't have reception for a while. Until now, which is why I'm here writing this. Let me explain. I was out in the court playing basketball with my friends, and my friend Drew passed the ball to me. I was going to catch it whenever it struck me in the face, and suddenly I just fell through the floor. I think it was some kind of trapdoor, but I didn't see one when I landed. From there, I found myself in this basement, or office space. It's completely vacant though, and weirdly built. Rooms are randomly segmented, and the corridors stretch endlessly. At first I thought it was just a really big empty building, but I'm starting to realize I have absolutely no idea where I am at all. The carpet is yellowed and mushy, and the wallpaper has weird patterns with a wooden trim sometimes. It's very poorly put onto the walls behind it. I tore away some earlier, and it just revealed wood. And the oddest thing of all, this whole place is lit up by shitty fluorescent lights. They buzz very loudly, and never actually turn off. I've wandered for a few hours, now? Probably. It was around 9:32 p.m. when I went to the court. So when I fell in here, it was probably about 9:52 p.m. My phone says it's 12:32 a.m. as of writing this. My reception isn't very good, only about 2 or so bars. It's very intermittent too. I haven't found anything in these disgusting hallways that is that significant. Although a few odd finds are a dark and decrepit area, some area with red wallpaper that smelled like iron that I didn't go into, and an area with polka dot wallpaper. I have my phone and a shitty flashlight on me, alongside a wallet with my ID, some coins, a Kit Kat wrapper, and 23 bucks. I have a granola bar and a plastic water bottle on me if I need them. I'll keep you posted. Reception is going out. Day 2. It's been quite a minute since I last talked, but there have been some developments here. Wandering around these halls, I did find a crate labeled supplies and managed to pry it open. It had these weird, unlabeled water bottles with this tan-colored drink in it. Upon drinking it, it tasted like cough medicine, but it did feel rejuvenating. I kept it on me. It's very nourishing, like a liquid ration. Exploring a bit more, I found another area with polka dot wallpaper. It was eerily vacant, except for a wooden table I found at one point. Past this point, I ended up having to trek through a dark area. I couldn't shake that I was being watched. While I was in there, I remembered a very distinct scratching noise at one point that I heard close to when I left. Past that point, I lost myself to the corridors again, and eventually I ended up finding a supermarket past a staff-only door. It didn't look like it was even supposed to be there. The right side of it had supermarket shelves and extended into darkness. But ahead of me along the wall was a China Express. It did have some food, and funnily enough, it was preserved. I had my fill before leaving, not daring to go into the pitch blackness or even dare to shine my light past there. I left the supermarket and dodged to another direction, heading through the hallways to the right. After a while, though, I eventually ended up finding a dark room with crates spread around it, unlabeled. Looking inside, I found more of that drink. That's when it happened. I was busy grabbing some of that substance, which I guess I'll call medicine, ? Unless suggestions are given. When I heard a loud thud nearby, I dug behind a crate and something wandered through the room. Very big. Made these groaning noises and it smelled sour and disgusting. I peeked at one point and I'm not even sure what I saw. My most recent event is finding a window looking into an empty room. I'll keep in touch more. Wi-Fi is better. That is awesome. I feel so good when reading this. I feel so excited. I feel like when I learned that the developers of my favorite horror game, Inscription, were making a new game. I feel so pumped and excited to see what happens next. Also, don't go near the windows. Day 3. So, some weird stuff has happened, I think. I don't think it should be another day, but it is. So I'll mark this as day 3. Anywho, I got a little feedback. I shouldn't go anywhere near the windows. And I guess I'll take that to heart considering I have no idea where the hell I am. I'm starting to wonder, what happened to my previous life? Will I be reported missing? Maybe I shouldn't think about it. This is my new reality, I guess. But there is always something I'll miss from where I came from. These hallways never seem to end, always progressing further without my permission, making me feel very, very lost, which I don't like. The buzzing of the lights is getting kinda mundane to me at this point, though. I guess I'm getting desensitized to it. Well, new developments. Diagonal walls. It's not much, but I guess the place feels more lively. Some differentiation is good. Oh, and also pillars. I went through a gigantic grid room of pillars. I've been a bit more paranoid ever since the big thing showed up, which, now that I think about it, he was only very tall. I'll call him Mr. Sour, because he smelled very sour. I'll try describing him, but it was like a shadow man, but contorted and walking completely backwards. He also had a paper bag on his head that I couldn't get a good look at. Good Wi-Fi developments, averaging around 2 to 4 bars now. I know only earlier I kinda accepted that I'm lost in this new reality, but what about my mom? Or my dad? He was on a business trip. Or my best friends Drew and Sally? Fuck. I feel more than ever that I have to leave. But I've wandered for miles at this point and have found some notable things, but not ever an exit. I might lose my mind in here. Holy shit. I found some notable things. There's a room with an elevator, but down a side hallway, there's a room with an open vent that has a "Thanks for shopping with us" sign above it. Which one do I take? Take the elevator. Also, I don't recommend looking at anything that's like a creature or something like that, and don't go near them. But Mr. Sour, keep an eye on him whenever he's around, but also try and stay as far away as possible. Day 4? Question mark? It's been very isolating. As my spectators have suggested, I'll take the elevator. The elevator has led me up to what seems to be some kind of absolutely gigantic mall area. I'll attach a photo. I'll label this as day 4 because, according to my phone, it's another day. Around 2 p.m. Looking around the mall, it's very eerie. There's this constant mall music playing without end. And everything feels so gigantic and imposing. Almost like I'm David staring down Goliath. I've also begun to wonder, being trapped in this hell, separated from the world outside, what do my spectators think? I don't know where I am, and I almost feel like I'm in a coliseum. New development, guys. My phone clock stopped working. It now fails to list anything except for 0:00 a.m. I have no way to keep track of days, so I'll just be posting the posts with a question mark after them. I've been followed. Let me explain more in depth. I think Mr. Sour is back. I've wandered around a bit more, and in this corridor, I heard this weird clicking noise. Almost like a computer mouse being tapped. Suddenly, I got this really irritating smell before I heard a loud bang from behind me, and turning around, I saw a ladder fall to the floor from around a corner. The clicking got more intense, and I heard wet footsteps. So I shoulder rammed my way past some boards blocking a shop entrance before heading into the staff-only door. I'm in these weird pipelined concrete corridors now. They're super dim, and I haven't been able to find the end of them. I've heard some creaks, but I think it's from the pipes depressing. Oh shit. I need to leave. I suggest going back to the mall and find an exit there. The darkness would give any creature an advantage, but in the mall, hop through the different stores, staying by the walls, and if you hear different noises, could be multiple other creatures, so running would be the best choice. Day 5? Question mark. Okay, fuck. I saw Mr. Sour again. He didn't see me, but was looking for me. He was moving completely backwards like always, but seemed to be searching. I managed to hide in some kind of side room. I locked the door and I heard him outside. He started bashing on the door, but left after I think he heard something. I left and tried to go back to the mall, but no such luck. Instead, I found a metal door. Should I take it or keep exploring? Open the door. If it doesn't seem good, keep exploring, but stay near the walls for quick hiding spots and turns. He's dead by now. And that was I've Fallen Through the Floor and Now I'm Lost by Kittysnail on our Discord server. So I still feel like there's a potential that there could be more of this, which is exciting because it's not exactly like crazy horror elements. Obviously, it's very Backrooms, which is awesome. Very cool to have a Backroomsy story going on, especially with a bit of fan interaction to kind of gives people choices, allows a little bit more creativity and fun. You know what I mean? I think it's really good. I think there's a lot of good detail in there. You got a nice picture as well. It helps add to a story, in my opinion. And I mean, obviously, if it turns out that we don't hear from our Backrooms explorer, then Foof is probably right. Foof could very well be right. He could be dead by now. But you know what? That's still an ending if that's the case. And that still kind of works. The fact that we were able to piece that together ourselves. But who knows? If it turns out there will be more to this story, I think we're all very interested to find out where it's going to go. I mean, who doesn't love the Backrooms? What a fun, crazy place. You know, I mean, you've got so many cool videos about it. You got so many cool games about it. I still occasionally play Escape the Backrooms with my girlfriend Jenny. We do a bit of streaming of that. That's quite fun. And I've been recommended to play the Classrooms, which I think is another Backroomsy game, which I'll probably end up streaming at one point, or I might make a video on it. I haven't really fully decided. I think people want me to stream it, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. Maybe on a weekday or something. I'll kind of try to come up with a time. Anyway, very good job, Kittysnail. Yet another awesome little story. And if it turns out there is more, well, I guess we just have to cover it again, don't we? Make more of a story. No problem. Very, very good, though. You should be very proud. It's a nice little story. And Ink-Loaded Bullet, good suggestions. It was really good. Trying to keep Kittysnail safe. Very good, very good. And then Foof coming in with the element of realism at the end. This has been Nate at Night. I've enjoyed myself, and I sure hope you have too. See you for whatever's next. Take care. Thank you so much to our Patreon members and YouTube members for making all this content possible. You know who you are.